What's going on? We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Both links in the description. Talk about Travis Scott now. Old interview resurfaced from 2014, Rolling Stone magazine or whatever magazine he did it with. But Rolling Stone got this current article that proves that Travis Scott been a raccoon, man. Okay, if you catch the code word, you feel me? And it should be no shock if you know his history. And I don't like his music, so I don't follow him or the Kardashian cult, all right? I don't follow him. I didn't know he was from Houston. I don't like his music, you know what I'm saying, per se. I don't like nothing he does. But, you know, it should be no shock. And I feel like Jay-Z shouldn't even reached out. I don't know if Jay-Z even knew this, but go back to an article he did in Rolling Stones, or Rolling Stones just repriced the, you know, they brought back up the article, you know, saying Travis Scott says Mike Ferguson probably deserved consequences. Now, Mike Brown, excuse me. Ferguson's Mike Brown deserved his consequences. Now, Mike Brown was the guy that, you know, he did the snatch and run or whatever he did, you know, and the police gunned him down in Ferguson, Missouri, okay? In the interview 2014, on his stance, Mike Brown, who was gunned down by Ferguson, Missouri, sparking nationwide protests. You can probably get a clue into Travis Scott's mindset, okay? Twitter users uncovered Scott's 2014 Hot 97 interview, that's where it was on, which he discussed his views on Mike Brown's situation and black people in general. Scott, 26, the boyfriend of Kylie Jenner, 21, and the father of her child, told radio host Ebro how he felt about the Ferguson jump off and how hip hop affects the youth culture. And I'm kind of angry. So many black people are acting like fake activists. I'm not saying Mike Brown deserved to get killed, but I'm not saying that he didn't deserve to pay for his consequences he probably inflicted. Okay. Scott added, the problem with black people is there always and has to be a disruption. Okay, when something like the Ferguson situation happens, and I know we're like fed up, quotes and unquotes, with whatever going on in the culture, but at the same time, you got to just stop putting yourself in position where you're continuously having this situation go down. Scott said, okay. I'm going on to another troubling comment that he made as well. And you're right. You can't always put yourself in that position, but, you know, it's a double standard. You know what I'm saying? You see other ethnic groups do way worse. You know what I'm saying? You see other ethnic groups do the same thing, and they don't get shot or get killed. You know what I'm saying? He definitely, you know, is out of touch. You know, and a lot of people do get up, black people get up in arms when stuff like this happen, and somebody get paid off, and, you know, it go away, okay? I understand him on that one. But, you know, what happened when a homeboy went into Charleston, South Carolina or whatever, and a white guy killed a whole bunch of innocent black people in the church. He got to the Burger King after that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's not that, you know, Mike Brown, bad things happen. People do bad things every day, okay? But we just asking for justice. You know, proper justice, proper day in court. He didn't get that opportunity, all right? You know, and like I say, man, that just gives you deeper thought into how he thinks. You know what I'm saying? And he probably deserved it. But that was your cousin, that was your brother, that was your sister, or your mom, your dad. You wouldn't have that same sentiment. But guess what, man? I'm not surprised, bro. All them dudes get with the Jenners and the Kardashians, whatever they is, and they turn that way, bro. I don't respect dudes like that. And he not hip-hop, bro. This dude is a pop dude. He ain't rap. This dude don't rap. You know, I don't respect him as an artist in general. You know what I'm saying? He out here using auto-tune and that ain't no rap. These dudes is garbage. And then he goes on to say something else, which I'll wait in a minute. But at the end of the day, I mean, Jay-Z shouldn't even have tried to reach out to this dude. This dude don't think logically. He's one of these dudes that made it, got some money in his pocket, got a white girl, and for the most part, he out of touch with inner city. But guess what? You know, like Cat Williams told Kevin Hart, and I had to do that video sometime today or tomorrow, like he told Kevin Hart, you know, for the most part, they going to get you, bro, you know. And Kevin Hart told Cat, you had your chance, you blew it. You blew it, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, once you go against status quo, once you no longer like-minded, once you start having your own opinion, and once, you know, you start thinking for yourself, then you got to do what Dave Chappelle did and move to Africa to get away. Then you have to go through what Cat Williams went through. They're going to come for Kevin Hart. They already coming for Kevin Hart. And Travis Scott, no different. Once the stuff hit the fan for him, then he going to be begging for black people's support. You know, he the same guy that's supposed to appeal to black people, the same guy that's gonna use to appeal to black people to switch them over. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, this would be fine and dandy. He said these comments, you feel me? Well, now he crosses the gun line and he bug dancing and buffooning and raccooning. You know, now it's too many instances, bro. Black people forget quickly, but now with social media, things are being brought back up. He has a history of this, man. You know what I'm saying? And now he's building on top of the history, so it don't surprise me. I don't consider him rap. I consider him another culture vulture. But he said something else interesting. He say Scott also discussed the impact of rappers on having on kids and how Kanye has tried to tailor black people, revolutionize young people's dress code. Scott went on to say that hip hop artists like Kid Cudi, Tyler the Creator, Young Thug are using their craft to teach the younger generation, unlike the majority of older artists. He says front and use kids as the profit sources to fund their lives. At the end of the day, you telling me that dressing up in a dress, you know what I'm saying, marrying a white girl that's using you and that's hypnotizing you like Kanye West. You telling me coming out and being gay, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, in some people's minds, nothing wrong with that. Whatever you want to say. You know, I'm on my side of the pendulum. I'm not sharing my views on that on my channel right now. I have to get my Patreon when I started up for those views. But he's telling me all them pushing homosexuality and pushing feminine clothes on kids is teaching kids? Teaching kids to wear dresses? Teaching kids that lyricism doesn't mean nothing? These dudes ain't educating kids. They exploiting kids, bro. They are being used by the man and by the people above to try to feminize black men. Okay? You dudes are the poster childs for marrying white girls that are fake, you know what I'm saying? That ain't authentic, that ain't real. Y'all, they are more part of the reason of tearing these dudes down than dudes rapping about dope back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tribe Called Quest gave you plenty food for thought. Outkast gave you plenty food for thought. Wu-Tang, if you really listen to it, a lot of that stuff they was educating people on, and still to this day educating people on being vegans and stuff of that nature. Ain't nobody exploiting. A lot of them dudes weren't exploiting the culture. This generation exploiting the culture. He's projecting, and what that means in a political sense is that what they're being accused of, they're accusing older artists of that. Older artists wasn't dumbing down the culture. Older artists wasn't crossing over wearing fucking nose rings and dresses and trying to act like rock stars. Hip hop had its own culture. We never bit off nobody culture. And what you guys are doing is biting off the rock culture, trying to be rock stars and trying to feminize the culture. You just tell right there was a stake in the heart right there to tell you that there's something wrong with this dude, man. At the end of the day, he probably get out hypnotized just like Kanye West, Lamar Odom, Chris Humphrey. The list goes on and on. Talking about these dudes are educating the kid. How's Kanye West educating out here going around with Donald Trump, bro? How? Submitting to the white man. Get up out of here with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of here with that one, bro. You feel me? This dude it's no secret, dude. Dude is what he is, man. All right. You know, at the end of the day, he can go over there, cross the gun line, get paid to do Super Bowl show. I don't care for the most part. But at the end of the day, when you read more of his comments, more of his insight on the black community and the black culture and his views, you know, it's not a surprise. It's not a shock. It's not a shock. This dude is what he is, man. I don't rock with these dudes, man. None of the dudes he named I listen to no more. None of them. You know, I'm not listening to a dude with a fanny pack, a dress, a nose ring, and no, not a regular Tupac nose ring, and now all this other stuff they doing, man. You know, I'm not. At the end of the day, I'll link the article to the description, man, so you can read it. Goodfellas Sports TV. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter. We got a Facebook group. You reach out to the email if you got any questions, business inquiries, sponsorships, or you got a video request. You know, also you want to make a donation to the channel. That link's in the description as well. Appreciate everybody for checking in. One time for the one time. And we'll continue to drop more heat. But you can check out our music entertainment playlist, NBA, NFL, plenty boxing, MMA, and you know, other music playlists we got. So check our playlists out. Pretty sure you'll love the content. And you know, give me some feedback. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, thumbs up the video, thumbs down if you don't like it, comment, let me know how you feel. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, one time for the one time.